his diary about how he mapped the longest bus route in Delhi. So I downloaded that. I found there is a route master, and I also find that there is a route going in the other direction, which is this one normally. Is it 239? Yeah, so that's the one. We see that that's noticeably shorter. So now I was thinking maybe we want to add those ways. Now, PT Assistant has a new functionality, and the first thing it does is downloading all the ways around the stops. For that, we need the other route relation though. So we start editing the other one again. Is it? Yeah. So close this one, that's this one. And what I'm going to do is start a routing helper. Now I already looked at this route relation, it's impeccable. So there's not much to improve there. Nothing really, maybe the stop positions I wouldn't have had it, but it's a matter of taste, I guess. Okay, but now what happened is that around all the stops, it downloaded all the highways that are suitable for a bus. Okay, now all these stops, I'm going to add them to the other route relations. So I'm going to select all of them. Then I'm going to add them, and that's going to seem strange, sure, but I'm going to add them at the beginning. And then I'm going to change the rules in discard because I don't want to keep them in. Okay, so there, these have to go, and I'm also going to flip their order there. Um, you'll see right away why I'm doing that. Now if I save the route, then we notice that there are now many stops around there. Okay, so this is going to help us. So now what I'm going to do is to go to that first stop, this one, and that's actually, yeah, okay. So this is the first way that we want to add to the route relation. Everything is flipped over, of course. So there, that's the first way. And then here where it ends, but it's one way, it's left-hand traffic. So these stops are bogus in a way. But I don't have the actual stops, so I'm using the stops of the other side for the moment. But that way is the last way, and all the other ways are fine. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is to use the routing helper functionality. So again, it's going to download around all those stops. So maybe it would have been better to simply add all those stops to this route relation and then start a routing helper. But yeah, okay. It's also important that the first and the last way are in the route relation before you start, before you use the routing helper. It needs to know where to start and it needs to know where to go. So now after this download is done, I should have switched that off. It's getting a lot of data from Overpass and then it's going to update them because there's a problem with the Overpass. Anyway, so we want to start on this wide way. That's the one that I added. And then we want to start going on this one. So that's the red option. So we press number 2. No, not number 2, sorry. We go back, we backtrack with 9. We really wanted to go into that tunnel, so that's option 3. Okay, so now in the tunnel we can use option 2. So, yeah, option 2. So you can see the stops that are served in the other direction. Okay, so here you see that it's covering a lot of ground, and it can, yeah, but those stops are in the other direction, but these are one-way streets. So automatically it's selecting these ways. Not entirely sure why. Maybe because this is a full way, not split there, so it's not giving the option to go that direction. But then we're missing those stops. But we still have that stop. So that's something that needs to be reviewed, whether this is correct. Anyway, here it does find bifurcation. So here we can choose 2 or 1. I'm going to choose 1. And then we already arrived at the route that's actually mapped. So 1. What it's doing then is skipping the route that's already mapped and adding ways beyond. So the route that was already mapped was more or less this part. This is what we just added. And now we're going to go here. And indeed, we want to have 1 because we want to get out of we want to get onto that roundabout. Then we want to go to the south, so 1 again. Then we want to go west, so 1 again. There I'm not sure. Here we want to go north. So first we have to go south with using option 2 there. I've been practicing this, so that's why I already knew that this was a tricky one. So here we select 1. Now it's selecting several ways in one go. Here that wouldn't make sense to do that, so we do 2. So it's not finding any bifurcations on that stretch. We're actually passing by all those stops, so that's good. So then we do 1. Don't know why it's stopping there at that bridge. Yeah, that it found a bifurcation and then it showed the one the one next way. So here again, it doesn't have any doubts, so to say. So it can add all these ways, and we see that the stops are along those ways. So that's good. So again, we use 1, and then the whole route is already added, instead of having to add it by selecting all these ways separately. Now the problem is I cannot upload this because I cannot be certain that it's right. And what I also shouldn't forget is that those stops were not really from this route relation, so they have to go there. But now we have the ways. The ways are all in there, and there is a doubt about whether it's going here or there. Probably here because the stops in the other direction are there, but that is something that's not clear. So that's it. Yeah, so great. So I think I'm going to stop there. So bye.